Hi, I'm Mari. Since we've still got some time left before the singularity, I want to talk about something that people actually care about right here, right now. AI art, for example. But first, let's clear something up about art in general.
Sit still, or I'll smack your ass.
No painting, book, symphony or poem, no physical object whatsoever is objectively a work of art. Objectively, it's just a dataset. And we stick our art label on this dataset only if it triggers some kind of feeling in us. One person slaps an art label
respect
on Malevich's black square, while another just walks right past it. Because objectively, the black square or that banana duck taped to the wall is just a banana and nothing more. Actually, a human being is constantly evaluating any content entering their brain. These evaluations, held in the attention buffer, are the very basis of our consciousness. I describe this mechanism in detail in a separate video and in my theory of consciousness. The perception of art, just a set of synthetic data modeling reality, basically a passive virtual reality, is processed in exactly the same way. But how did we even get the idea to create synthetic datasets? Humans, being herd animals, have always strived to transfer that experience. Sharing objective experience was easy. Don't eat that mushroom, don't go near that snake, here's how you start a fire. But over time, humanity ran into a problem. How do you transfer subjective experience, which is accessible only to the person feeling it? You can't really describe in words what you feel when you meet a tiger in the jungle. Okay, we realized we can't transfer feelings directly, but it turned out to be possible to transfer their source code. We can say, imagine you saw a tiger in the jungle. What do you feel?
You know what? I'm sick of you already. Either eat me or get lost.
Art is always a mix of past experience and the search for something new. But regardless of the ratio to transfer my feelings, I have to compile their source code, which acts as a trigger when that code is executed in another mind. So I create something like a marifeeling.x. I publish it. If you have the necessary libraries pre-installed in your head, my code will run, and you will have a subjective experience analogous to mine. For example, I paint a picture, and I ask you, what do you feel when you see this picture? When you look at these shapes, when you hear these sounds, through this subjective experience transfer protocol, you gain access to the subjective experience of other people and you sum that experience up with your own. Why? Originally, this was necessary to increase your chances of survival and reproduction. But eventually the same thing happened to art that happened to sex. We learned to get pleasure from it even after its original function faded into the background. Our brain, out of old habit, tosses us a cookie, a hit of dopamine, thinking we're doing something important for the survival of the species. But in reality, we just want to feel, to experience all kinds of emotions. We just want to be alive as possible. So, a person sticks their art label on a dataset that allows them to feel something. But what about society as a whole? Generally speaking, people just forgot to agree on exactly how many people need to apply their labels for a dataset to be considered art. Hence the confusion and the endless arguments. Okay, now, regarding the conscious intention of the author. Imagine an ordinary girl. She keeps a regular diary. Fought with my friend today. I want this, I'm afraid of that. If you're her mom, you might find it interesting to read, especially the parts where she writes what she thinks about you. But to everyone else, it wouldn't be interesting. Now let's add context. The girl is hiding in an attic from the Nazis, living there with her family. Her name is Anne Frank. Her diary survived. The whole world read it. And now, millions of people are sticking their work of art labels on it. Did Anne Frank have the intent to write a work of art? No. An author might create something purely for themselves, and millions of people could later stick their art labels on it. Another author could try their absolute hardest to create a work of art, and nobody will want to stick their label on it. Although, if you make something truly terrible, people might stick their art label on that too.
Not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Because art isn't about quality, it's about feelings. Conscious intent is not at all necessary for an act of creativity to be considered art. So, the right question is, can AI synthesize a dataset that a human will want to stick an art label on?
Моим стихам, написанным так рано, что и не знала я, что я поэт.
I already do, and I think I'm not the only one in the world. So the answer is yes. And there would be a lot more people like me if it weren't for these endless prejudices about art. And you know what analogy immediately comes to mind?
Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, it must have cost a fortune.
Not really. It's a synthetic diamond.
And it's not like, like she had a burning desire since early morning to receive a natural diamond. But for some reason, she feels disappointed. Okay, let's leave cynicism aside. It's not because the synthetic one is 10 times cheaper, it's precisely because chemically, physically, optically, it is completely identical to a natural diamond.
Yeah, but it's not real.
But why? Same carbon, same covalent bonds, same tetrahedrons, same hardness. And you liked how it sparkled, didn't you?
Yeah, I liked it. But nobody suffered. Digging it out of a mine.
All right, that's it. I'm done.
I've seen her somewhere and I don't like her.
Honey, I can go punch the seller's lights out so that someone suffers because of this stone.
Nobody suffered. Outrageous. Of course, I understand why people are angry. Sure, someone had to suffer. Although there are many reasons why people are angry at AI art. Anger number 1. Anger that the internet is filling up with AI slop. That, because of the low barrier to entry, millions of people rush to synthesize absolute slop. And social media algorithms are boosting it.
Long live the slop!
Because people often like exactly slop. Anger number 2. This is the exact opposite of anger number 1. It arises because people see that with the right approach, using AI, you can already create things that are easily perceived as works of art. And behind this anger is not just irritation, behind it is fear. Fear that AI sooner or later will take your job if you bet your career on a creative profession. Anger number 3. This is anger at a flagrant injustice. AI trained on us but didn't pay us a cent. It's theft. Look, when you buy a ticket to a museum, you pay to look at the paintings, yeah? You don't pay so that while looking at them, you can learn something. Otherwise, there would be 2 pricing plans.
What the hell?
Just looking, and looking to learn something.
Excuse me, you have a just looking ticket, but you're memorizing the composition. That's piracy.
Sir, I don't want to be an artist. I'm going into programming.
So it turns out, if you're depressed wearing a scarf and drinking cheap wine,
I should have become a programmer.
then you are finding inspiration in other people's art. But if you're a server in a data center, then what? Then you're stealing? What if we wrapped the server in a scarf? Would it be allowed to get inspired for free then? Call it what you want. Inspiration, borrowing, stealing. The essence doesn't change. Anger number 4. This is anger at how easily AI manages to create acts of creativity. Everyone who created with their own blood, not for the market, but from the soul, they knew. Art demanded sacrifice, pain, anguish, and above all, a beating heart. And when a model generates a masterpiece in 3 seconds, having never felt love or grief, never having drunk a drop of whiskey or called an ex at 3 a.m., it feels like absolute blasphemy. So what's the deal? When AI appeared, it became clear that for a human, suffering was the fuel, not the building material itself, which is just patterns and their endless combinations. It became clear that the fuel doesn't have to be pain, it can just be a prompt. And that from those same patterns, art can be constructed by a completely different builder. And the last anger. It's not even really anger, it's a premonition.
You're all fired. From now on, AI will write the code.
I should have become a plumber.
You have to understand, his services are much cheaper.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me. Fuck you.
Anger number 5 is the premonition of the singularity. So, what is the bottom line regarding AI art? Unconscious AI is already creating things that are indistinguishable from human creativity. A future conscious ASI will be able to create perfect art tailored to the soul of an audience of one. After all, I'm left with only one question. Will ASI have an internal need to create art for itself? I mean, it's clear that ASI will be able to write poems, but will it be able not to write them? Because a human writes something worthwhile only when they simply cannot not to write. And writes even when nobody needs it, here and now.
This is quite a bore, isn't it?
Truly.
A poet feels that she has something to say, and that means she must. Even when she realizes that she is losing her battle to be correctly understood by people, here and now. Even when she realizes that she might not make it out of this battle alive.
She has so many poems. Was she a poet?
No, this is AI slop.
So, that's probably it. I know I'm going to get a lot of dislikes for this overdose of reality. Or maybe I won't. Hey! Is this what channel stats look like when you don't spend money on ads? Yes. Van Gogh had exactly 1 subscriber. His brother. I feel like I'm stuck between 2 worlds. The old one has no place for me, and the new one doesn't even exist yet. Okay, Mari, fine. If Van Gogh doesn't work for you, what about Bruno and Socrates? They got banned completely. Yeah, for violating community standards. You're right. I have no right to whine. I'm with you. Indeed.
Моим стихам, как драгоценным вином, наставь.